friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Megan and today I'm doing a TBR. I feel like it's been a hot second since I have actually done a full-on TBR or list of books I want to read in a month, so I'm excited to be bringing this back as I'm starting to slowly, very slowly come out of my reading slump. I've really only been reading like 2 to 4 books a month for like the past probably 5 months at this point. So I'm really looking forward to becoming out of that horrible slump, and I'm looking forward to getting to hopefully all of these, if not all, some of these books. So without further ado, let's jump into what I want to read in February. First up, I'm going to go through the NetGalley books I'd like to get to. I don't physically have them here, so I'll just put the picture right here of them all, but I do have 3 books on my NetGalley list I'd like to get to, just to get them off the list. I am so close to 80%. I think I'm literally at 79% right now, and I think I have like maybe 6 books left on my NetGalley TBR, so I'm really hoping to push through and finish the rest of these. The first one is Back in a Spell. This is a like urban fantasy, paranormal fantasy romance. So we are following a young witch who has an awkward first date with a newbie in town, and if I remember correctly, her family owns this large corporation that is kind of driving out his small town family business, and so that is why like awkwardness ensues, but there's still a chance for romance, and we'll see where it leads from there. Next up, we have The Man I Never Met. I believe that this is the one where a girl gets a misdialed number because a guy is like calling in for an interview and he accidentally dials the wrong number, but she's like, hey, let me know how it goes, so he calls her back, and then a friendship ensues from there, and then so on and so forth. It's an adult romance. I'm sure you can guess where it goes. And then the third book I'd like to get to in February from my NetGalley list is The Heart Hunter. This is actually a graphic novel, so I have full confidence I can finish this one in February. It is following this society in which people are immortal until they find their soulmate, and the people who never want to become immortal or never want to become mortal and want to stay immortal forever hire these like assassins or what are they called? Bounty hunters that are tasked with finding your soulmate and killing them before you can find them. That way you'll never have to become mortal. And so we're following a heart hunter slash bounty hunter on this quest as she is tasked by the king in finding his soulmate and killing that soulmate. The last one is not on NetGalley, but it is a book for review that I'd like to get to. That is Crossings by Alex Landdragon. I have had this for so long and I feel so bad I have not gotten to it yet. I received this from one of my parents' friends who owns a bookstore, and they received it as an advanced reader's copy. But we are following a Parisian bookbinder who stumbles across a manuscript called Crossings, and it has like different time frames and different like, what are they called, like narratives or perspectives that we're following, and you have to try to keep up with the 3. We have a ghost story by the poet Charles Baudelaire, a noir romance about a Jewish German exile, and a fantastical journey of a woman whose singular life spans 7 generations. So it sounds like a very inventive, very complex novel. I do think I'll enjoy it. I just haven't picked it up for whatever reason, but the goal is to pick it up in February and finish this sucker. You're gonna see a common theme here in that all of these books that I'm mentioning I have had on my TBR forever. Literally forever. Next one is The Night Circus. I don't know how many times I've talked about this one. This is a very like lyrical, beautiful book by Erin Morgenstern, who also wrote The Starless Sea, which is one of my favorite books. I also own the Illumicrate box of The Night Circus that I have yet to unbox because I haven't read this, and it was my goal to unbox that in a reading vlog of The Night Circus. So what I'm telling you is stay tuned for a Night Circus reading vlog in February. Someone please hold me freaking accountable, because apparently I can't hold myself accountable. But yeah, Night Circus. Someone just like comment on all of my videos, when's the Night Circus reading vlog coming, and maybe I'll actually get to it. And unbox this box that has literally been sitting unboxed in my room forever. It needs to go. It truly needs to go. Oh, so Night Circus. Speaking of things that need to be unboxed, I also have my Once Upon a Book Club Duke and I, which comes with presents that you unwrap as you read the book. In fact, I have the whole Bridgerton series of presents that I need to unwrap as I read each book. So I'm gonna start in February with the Duke and I, and then March will be book 2, April will be book 3, so on and so forth. Stay tuned for these reading vlogs as well. February feels like an appropriate time to start the Duke and I because it is Valentine's Day, and what better book to read during Valentine's Day except Bridgerton, am I right? So yeah, stay tuned for the Duke and I reading vlog unboxing as well. Another one I've also had on my list, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, to finish Stalking Jack the Ripper this month, in this next like few days here before the month ends. Stay tuned in my wrap up to see if I complete that. And if I finish Stalking Jack the Ripper, I'd like to get to Hunting Prince Dracula, which is book 2 of the series. I'm really enjoying Stalking Jack the Ripper so far. It just feels very much like a fall read, and I feel like I've been putting it off because it feels like a fall read, and I just need to get out of my head from that. So hopefully I finish that. I'm about halfway through, so I'm pretty confident I can finish that before the end of the month. So we'll see. And then Hunting Prince Dracula is next. Next up, I have Convergence on my TBR for February. This is, if you've been following along with me, side tangent here, I've been doing a chronological read slash watch of the Star Wars universe. And they just came out with Convergence, which is a prequel to the prequel to the prequel. So I now have to go back and read Convergence and all of its companion novels to read the prequel to the High Republic, which is the prequel to the prequel series. So there's the original A New Hope 4, 5, 6. Then we have the prequels to that, which is like the Phantom Menace era with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Then we have the prequels to those, which is the High Republic, and now we have the prequel to the High Republic. Isn't that great? So great. But I am actually very excited about this. I've really been enjoying reading through the Star Wars universe, and I'm excited to read Convergence. I believe that this is the story of like the creation of hyperspace, which actually sounds super cool. And the final book that I'm going to name on my TBR, I have many more I'd love to get to, of course, but the final book that I'm putting on my actual goal list is The Song of Achilles. This is another one I've been trying to read for a while. I think I made it. Oh, I actually have my bookmark here. I made it to chapter 2, which is page 5. We are killing it, you guys, truly. So I made it one chapter in. But I've heard so many people say that this is such a beautiful but heartbreaking romance. And you know, that sounds perfect as well for Valentine's Day. So we are going to read the story of Achilles and Patroclus, a male Greek mythology romance. So those are the books on my February TBR. Let me know what you guys have on your February TBR, and I will check you in my next video. Bye, friends.